Welcome, Sophie Pittaway. That is right, isn't it? It is Sophie Pittaway.
It is, yeah, but people call me Sophs.
Okay. Sophs, we shall say, which is great. Welcome to Just Me, the podcast. I'm going to ask you the first question so that people can get a little kind of background to who you are and what you do. So, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Sophie Pittaway, and I am the creator and founder of Kick Lifestyle. And
Brilliant.
we are a health and wellness company. We have a digital app as one of our platforms to market. And we help people in a 360-degree holistic experience to body and mind.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So, how did you arrive at that? Because that's a lot of stuff, isn't it? So, how did you arrive at that?
Well, my kind of life experiences drove me to have a mission and a purpose in my life. And I realized from quite a young age, through my experiences at boarding school and in the military, that I was very good with people and very good at helping and healing people
Wow.
in a different way. So, from a body point of view, from a mental point of view, from an emotional point of view, and I've gone through 30 years of training in the Far East, Thai boxing, yoga, breathing, meditation, to all the Western training techniques, and it's helped me and thousands of my clients over 30 years.
Wow. But how did you arrive at that though? Because I know we mentioned before the podcast about, you growing up in kind of Germany and going to kind of military school and that kind of honed some of those kind of skills. But I mean, you decided, didn't you, to move to London to set up, on your own. So how did you get from kind of London to kind of going to Thailand and learning all this kind of stuff?
Sure. So I got a job in it was managing a private health club in Marylebone, Regent's Park, London,
Wow.
and it was also part of a big property real estate complex. And my boss was 5 times world champion Thai boxer,
Wow.
and he became my mentor and coach for 12 years. So from when I
Wow.
was about 18, 19 to 30,
Wow.
he taught me real estate, properties, sales and building,
Wow.
real estate. Um, and he was my coach. So he taught me everything about Thai boxing. I became a World Kickboxing Association champion. From that, he taught me to teach, but I'd obviously taught before in the military. So I sort of had that grounding. Um, but yeah, so from the learning the Thai boxing, I was then decided to every year go to Thailand. So I wanted to immerse myself in the culture because I got addicted to something that was very unusual for a female back then. Clearly now it's, everyone wants to do it. And it was so diverse and authentic. I was always used to training in a group, so a
Mm.
hockey team or an athletics team or a netball team. So this was really challenging for me because you're doing it alone, but with a lot of people. Um, and I learned so much about myself
Wow.
and so much about how you should be and feel in life to look after yourself and other people, because there's such a depth of spirituality. When you train at a really high level like that, you get so deep inside who you are.
Wow.
You're almost cleansing
Wow.
yourself, and it's so powerful. And your body gets perfected, and then your foot, everything. So it was a really amazing journey that I needed, because, like I said before the podcast, my mum died when I was 16, and it helped me a lot with pain and anger and trauma,
Wow.
as well as my physicality. And
Brilliant.
it basically kept me on track, so I wasn't going out being naughty like you do. And so I'd sort of done all that quite early, and it was a really nice sort of revelation. So whilst I'm in the gym, everyone's out, and
That's
then I'm
amazing.
up the next day, and I really enjoyed being on that sort of clean wagon, so to speak. Yeah.
And was it? I mean, it's interesting because I mean, I get the physical side to the training, but I mean, in what ways were you tested kind of mentally? Because I mean, I kind of understand that sort of inner cleansing and stuff, but so what sort of mental exercises did you have to kind of do?
Our training was quite brutal. It was really hard, but it was also really competitive.
Wow.
Or our coach made it very competitive within our group because he all wanted us to be the best.
Right.
So it was real hard knocks of coaching, from back in that time, that period. And also I had to make so many sacrifices to succeed.
Wow.
And that was the most challenging part of it. I just went to work, and I went training, and I went home and slept, and I
Wow.
repeat.
Wow.
And so obviously had friends, but everyone was, you know back in those times, everyone was so focused on their careers. We were all into, my friends were either in film, or they were trading, or they were in the city, or they were doing real estate, or whatever. So we were all kind of on that trajectory of progression.
Brilliant.
But I sacrificed, because mine was in fitness. I sacrificed my going out lifestyle, and that socializing, and that drinking, and going to bed late. But I'd kind of done a couple of years of it, so I wasn't kind of feeling that I was losing out. I'd done it and didn't want it anymore, and made those decisions. But it's that pure, like, focus. You're in the zone, and as you know, if you want to achieve something, you've got to sacrifice and not do things that you think are going to have
Mm,
an impact, a negative impact on your well-being and your sleep and getting up, and the
mm,
focus. So
mm.
that was kind of, looking back on it, that was what I obviously sacrificed.
That's
um
amazing. That's really good. And so what have you learned along the way? So I mean, what's this journey taught you so far?
the main thing, and to, for people listening, if you're wanting to get from A to B and wanting to succeed in something, is that you have to be really, you want to really want it, you want to really be passionate about it. And what is your why? We all hear this all the time. What is your why? Ask yourself, what is your why? And if your why is big enough, whatever it is, whether it's the why for yourself, the why for your family, your kids, your mum and dad, whatever the why is, then that's going to drive you to give up things, to do things more. Um, and so that's what you have to ask yourself. And other things that I've learned is that, you know, pushing things to the side that are toxic. We all have lives that have got some sort of toxicity in, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, friendships, conversations, parents, whatever. And what I've learned is that I have to be really boundaried with my time,
Brilliant.
and really boundaried with my energy. Because if I'm not, then that drains my energy, and then I become quite emotional and vulnerable to something that's toxic, and that's never good. And so I've really learned to kind of push that out. And through life, you have to get rid of people and bring
Mm.
other people in, and that's constantly changing and evolving in my life all the time, still now.
That's brilliant. So what and who has helped you? I mean, you mentioned your mentor, in Thai boxing and stuff, but who and what has really helped you, through your passage in life?
I think people.
Okay.
Uh, Firstly, obviously, my coach and mentor I mentioned earlier. Um, I, I I have another coach and mentor who was in that period of time, and he's 94 now, and They taught me everything about real estate. That's a passion of mine, property. So I'm involved in that daily with different projects and what have you. So I kind of run the two things along each other in my life. I love design and building and what have you. But so yeah, I mean, they've both really helped me, but also I've had incredible partners in my life, as in my life partners, who at the time were really amazing, and they helped me, and I helped them to where that journey went and ended, and then repeat. And I think that's just the evolution of life, really, and just kind of, you know, me hiring the right coaches as well. So obviously I have my own coaches now. I have a great business coach and mentor. I have a boxing coach. I have a Thai boxing coach. I have a yoga coach. And so I've invested in myself constantly all my life.
Brilliant.
And that is what has really kept me on track when I've lost a lot of things. And
Wow.
so, you know, we all build in life, whether it's relationships or businesses or whatever. But I've also gone through huge losses, and on everything. And what's really kept me on track are having the right people there and my daily training and my daily practice
Brilliant.
to keep me balanced and grounded when I've all of a sudden found myself with nothing.
Wow.
And then I've used that then to learn, and never waste a crisis is my favorite
I
saying.
love that saying. I love
Because when things fall apart, they're not meant to be.
that.
So we have to learn to let that go and learn, and then start again and build up. So I've done that several times. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that saying, because if we don't let go and learn, we get stuck, don't we, and angry and bitter, and we can't sort of then redevelop ourselves from a little caterpillar to a butterfly.
How lovely is that? So what obstacles have kind of hindered you and kind of helped you along the way?
Hindered?
Yeah.
What? Well, many things really. I mean, I have a very turbulent relationship with my family,
Okay.
because we haven't never dealt with my mum passing,
Wow.
and that rears its head and gets in the way.
Wow.
And so my advice to anyone that goes through a trauma is to try and deal with it kind of when it happens, because it always comes and bites you on the bum. We know that saying, and we're going through it now again. So I've had to deal with it for the last 6 months, and now I've pulled back from it. But it just takes up energy, so that hinders me. But also, this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing my work. So it helps me.
Brilliant.
Because it makes me more. It just educates me more. It keeps me more aware. I have to then readdress something and then find a solution, or, you know, martial arts is a very powerful art where it teaches you such tremendous life skills. And when I'm coaching my executive clients, I bring in the whole philosophy of martial art fighting and strategy. And this is how I maneuver my life or my problems, like a bit like a fight. Because you've got to duck and weave, you've got to roll, you've got to slip, you've got to evade, you've got to hold back, you've got to be patient, or you've got to go in. So I'm constantly learning from all my things that hinder me. What's the strategy? What do I need to do? What's the best way? And so I've learned over the years is not to rush, and, you know, not to go full on when you don't know, to hold back and be patient. I've learned it's the hardest thing that we need to do, but that's when you get the results because you've thought about it. It's a bit calmer. We're not reacting in the wrong way, hopefully.
Brilliant. And what keeps you going? I mean, you sort of alluded to this just now, but what keeps you going when things get really tough? So inside of you, what's that? Where is that foundation from? What built it?
So I don't have kids, so I don't have the excuse. I know I'm doing this for my kids, like most
Yeah.
people do. Oh yes, I'm getting up in the morning. It's all for my child, and la 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 la. Like brilliant, but I don't have that. My partner has 2 kids, but they're out the other side, and I have an amazing dog. But what is it? I don't know. It's this thing inside that I know that every day I want to be the better version of me. And I help people all the time, every day. I look at people in our society because I travel to Thailand all the time and I'm going on Boxing Day for 3 weeks to train on a camp because I've not been for 2 years. I see that everybody is toxic in some way. And I know that I can say a sentence or offer some help or offer them a kick 4-minute round from the app or whatever. And I'm helping that person change their life. And looking back when I was at boarding school, I always helped the bullies that bullied me. In the end, they were my friends.
Wow.
Because they're bullying because they're insecure. So I kind of look so far through what is actually going on because of my training in Thailand and that whole Buddhism philosophy. That that's what I enjoy. And if I can keep helping and offering, and I'm learning all the time, great. But also I've kind of sculpted my life into doing what I absolutely love. So, I get out of bed and I love it. And I go to bed and I'm excited about the next day because I'm with clients that I love and talk to you. My God, I get to meet people like you. Or I've made my life with what I want in it, and then I will grow and bring things in that I want more.
Right.
So I think it's I made so many sacrifices financially and with real estate and lots of different love and everything I know what I want to make me happy.
Brilliant.
And so those are the things that come into, you have to sculpt your day, isn't it? I'm not going to a job where I hate my boss and I'm around people in the office that are slagging and bitching and all that. I'm not around toxicity. I could have been, but I've made that choice to make me not be in those environments so I can eat better, so I can train when I want, so I can prepare my food, so I can socialize with who I want to, or go into business and partnerships with people that I want to partner with because I believe in their authenticity and their mission.
That's so lovely. And what advice would you, if you could go back, 20, 30 years, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that question. I mean, I think I would always say something like, just, if you want to do something, just go for it. Don't feel stuck. Don't feel like you're not good enough. Don't feel like you haven't got the confidence, or don't think that someone else is better than you. Kind of take those voices out the head.
Brilliant.
And just strive and go for it, because if you're feeling it and you're seeing it in your head and your heart, it's there. So you just need to go and do it and find the steps, almost work backwards into finding how you're going to get to the top, reverse it, and then make your plan.
That's so cool. And what advice would you give, if you could give your kind of maybe top 2 tips to other people? What would that be?
I think number one is go and find a good coach.
Wow.
Go and find a good mentor.
Wow.
My mentors were always 20 years older than me. So you don't want someone that's a couple of years older and has never done anything that's
Yeah.
just making you feel amazing. You need someone that's actually done it, and you admire. So my struggle at school was that if I didn't admire my teacher or my coach, I didn't want to learn off them.
Brilliant.
So I made that clear in my life that if I wanted to learn and get turned on by someone, I had to admire them, respect them, and almost want to be like them and kind
Wow.
of replicate their journey and what they've become. And all the bits that I didn't like about them, then I wouldn't take those on because that didn't fit with me. So first of all is go and get yourself a good coach and good mentor. You know, don't take the first one, have a look at a few, really look into the background and understand their journey and if that fits with your heart and soul. And number two is get rid of toxicity in your life, people that are pulling you down and don't believe in you. Yeah, just push them aside gently and go and find some nice ones.
That's so cool. And if you had to use one word to describe yourself, what would it be?
Sensational.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the word I'm having. That's just such a fantastic word. It's so, so cool. And what legacy would you like to leave behind?
Well, I'm building up my legacy daily from my 30 years of experience. My concept and what I've created is called the Kick 4 Minute Round Workout,
Brilliant.
where we transform and change people's lives 4 minutes at a time. So for 30 years, I've trained to a Thai boxing clock in the professional Thai boxing and boxing gyms. And we all start to train and do some form of exercise and movement for 3 minutes. And then the buzzer goes and we all stop silent for 1 minute where we stretch, rest,
Wow.
and rehydrate.
Wow.
So my Kick Lifestyle app is a collection of hundreds of videos of 4 minutes.
Wow.
But you're only actually working out for 3 minutes because that 1 minute you're resting and stretching and rehydrating. So my legacy is I'm getting millions and millions and millions of more people to train a Kick 4 minute round every day because it's helping them move, stretch, get rid of tension, anxiety. It's helping people beat depression. This serves people with mental health issues, addiction. And so these have been all my clients for the last 25 years. And now we're taking this en masse into corporates, unis, people, to get people to get up and train, get them up and moving, get them to understand, like I did when I was so young, when I got so turned on by the Thai boxing. This is a positive addiction. It's fabulous. And if we can all just think that this should be part of our everyday, like cleaning our teeth, to trying to Kick 4 minute round every day, you're investing in your health and well-being all the time. And then, you know, you're doing it every day, you build up. By the time you know it, you're doing 12 rounds a day. By the time you're 30 and 40, you're still fit and strong. Get the habits young, build up, build up. If you're like, I train corporate companies now, so you know people are a bit later on, they've got problems already, they're starting it now, the results are phenomenal. So it's never too late to begin. So that's the legacy I'm building up now, and I'll leave behind this method, this program that's transforming people's lives 4 minutes at a time.
So brilliant. And I mean, I love that. I mean, do you see yourself as a constant work in progress?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm learning every day. I learn off you, I learn off whoever I meet, whoever I talk to, because I'm learning about me all the time. I'm ever evolving, and I think that's another reason why, what gets me up is that, I want to keep evolving and learning, because if we don't, we're stuck. And
Mm,
that's part of Buddhism and that philosophy, is that, if you're not learning, you're not growing.
yeah.
And if you're not investing in ourselves, we're stuck. So I have this saying, and I when I coach my clients and companies, it's like, always, are you putting your oxygen mask on first? And we heard this all the time in lockdown with the people on the front line. They had to look after everyone else and not themselves, and then they fell down. And it causes problems. So most people in life are getting up and rushing about, looking after the partner, the kids, the dog, the colleagues, the boss, the whatever. But where's the time for you? So when I'm coaching people or groups, I'm like, okay, well, put a meeting in the diary for you.
Brilliant.
So then you've got your self-care time, and then you can help everyone else more effectively. So especially for EAs, is like they need to look after themselves so they can look after you with that efficiency and clarity and that effectiveness.
That's so cool. Sophie, I mean, yeah, sensational and enlightening. Absolutely brilliant. Love this. It's so funny. What I've loved so much. You're saying, don't ever waste a crisis. I think is brilliant. But I love that whole perpetual feeling that we're always learning, we're always growing, and if you don't, then why? You've got
Yeah.
to keep pushing. I love that. I really do. Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. It's amazing to meet you. And it's so funny because I read your stuff and I've watched some of the videos and stuff. And you are in every way all of those things, that energy, and it's just wonderful. And I can see why you're successful, because you keep pushing, and that's your mission, isn't it?
Well, it's been great to speak with you and meet you too and understand some of your story. And hopefully we will meet.
We will do, yeah. And it would be great actually if you come up to North Wales. I mean, let me know, and we can go for a walk, a run, jog, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, up for that.
Thank you
Lovely.
so much.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Namaste.
Namaste too.